welcome everybody to Hentai to Listen. I am Jarrett.
I'm Matt.
I have somewhat big news.
Ooh, big news.
Somewhat. Remember back in the day where I said I was going to cosplay as the Hentai Pope and have the Ahiago?
Yes.
So, I took the first step last night.
Oh, what'd you order?
I ordered the actual, I guess the trademark pattern that you normally see.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I put it through Joann's because I didn't know Joann's can do customized fabric.
Custom shit.
So I'm gonna do that, but first because I haven't sewn before.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, before I order that, I mean I can order it now, but I'm gonna order like some cheap fabric and then and the pattern to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of not hesitant, but I'm trying to figure out which one to do. Because if I do the Hentai Pope, you'll get it right away.
Yeah.
But with the Hentai Pope came with a new idea of a panel, the Church of Hentai.
The Church of Hentai.
So either I do, I go the Pope and do that, or I could do a mixture, just get it like a suit and do the whole, I hate to say it, but the black church gathering.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I don't know the name of it, but you guys, hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you've seen any black focused TV show or have spoken to, actually, yeah, I guess quite a few people have that one black family member, that is super religious and really goes to the black. I don't want to call them mega churches, but they always make it seem like that.
No, I don't think they're mega.
Yeah, they're not mega churches, but like that's just what the attendance is.
Yeah.
But they're like obviously great communities, but like, oh my god, super small tangent. I remember my history teacher back in high school. Her like best friend was black, and she got invited to a black church for like a Sunday. They're like, oh yeah, just come on.
Wait, where was this?
My school was in Blaine, and I can't remember where her friend took her. I feel bad for forgetting that.
I thought this was on the Bible Belt. So
No. This is in our state.
Right.
And yeah, she's like, yeah, I expected to like go for like the morning to like semi-late afternoon and like have breakfast and like hang out. And she was literally like, it hit 9 p.m. and I was like, I have to go home. Like I need to get back home. This is going on forever. So apparently it's like the exaggeration of like black church being a day-long event is not an exaggeration in some situations. So
yeah, if you wanna have a good laugh with something like that, look up Gary Owen and Black Church.
Gary Owen. Okay. I'll have to look that up later.
It's funny because he's actually married to a black woman.
Yeah.
And the first time he goes to a black church, it's like, oh my God, stop talking. Wait, you can talk here? Come on. It's 10 o'clock. Let's go. Like, I'm going to say something. Woohoo! Yeah. It's 1 o'clock.
Exactly.
But yeah, Gary Owen is hilarious. So yeah, I don't know whether to do the black,
like a whole black church experience or like just that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I think it would be really fun.
Yeah, it would be. Maybe I could do both,
but I wonder how many people would get it. Like with the
they'll get it.
Like yeah, they probably would.
Maybe I'll just do both and then have because that's a lot of yardage.
Yeah,
for both of them. But anyway, so yeah, look for that on the horizon.
Yeah, I just rip off YouTubers now for panel ideas. Because I said last time I totally just ripped off Red Letter Media with like the naming scheme for the best of the worst, and that filled an entire room. So I'm gonna kind of keep going with that naming scheme if we're okay with that. Just if we're gonna showcase weird hentai, so like that's gonna be great. But yeah, I'm excited for it. But yeah, oh god, the Hentai Black Church Day. Oh, that's gonna be great. Panel's gonna be over. We're gonna be like, we're moving to the lobby.
All right, church plate's going around.
Yep, church plate's going around,
and it's gonna go around 15 minutes after that. And another one 30 minutes.
30 minutes after that.
All right, so I know this Matt was sick, sort of.
Oh God, I felt like shit. And then yesterday we had a Friendsgiving with my roommate and his girlfriend at their place, and I got fucking plastered. And Tanika, at midnight, we were still there hanging out, and they're like, don't you have to go to your friend's house tomorrow? And I look at my fucking watch, and I'm just like, fuck, because I'm just fucking not having anything.
So I know Netflix Cowboy Bebop is about, I guess, 2 weeks old, 2.5.
3, I think.
Yeah,
because I think Europe got a week early. I think.
Wait,
I
what?
might be thinking of something else. Because I think Europe got the Cowboy Bebop thing a week before NA did. So I think I could be remembering something completely different, but I know they got something recently before America did. So.
Oh. Yeah.
And that's happened quite a few times recently.
Oh wait, no,
so.
I'm thinking Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're thinking Spider-Man.
Yeah, India will get it 2 days early.
Yeah, I think so.
But anyway, so Netflix Cowboy Bebop, our review. Where to start?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start with the good.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to get into.
So for me, okay, you go.
So
I wish I wrote it down.
Yeah, I kind of anticipated we were going to talk about this, so I wrote notes at home, but I don't have access to them. So, I like the main cast. I like Faye. I like Spike. I think they did very well. Mm-hmm. For people who are like, oh, John Cho's, I think that's his name, John Cho, is too old to play Spike. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Spike's 30 in the fucking show. Yeah. They're like, oh, he's youthful. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Cowboy Bebop you watched, but Spike's motto in life was whatever happens, happens. It wasn't him being youthful and energetic and, I guess sometimes spontaneous, but he was spontaneous because they had no money.
Yeah.
The outfits look good. Again, I don't know why everyone was fucking criticizing Faye for the longest time. And
yeah, because
it looks good. It was fine. She played the character very well.
It was her original outfit, just with a different color scheme.
Yeah.
I know I said that quite a lot.
Yeah, we've criticized that plenty of times. You can't have a one-for-one recreation of her outfit live action. Yeah. Not going to happen. I'm sorry. What else is there? Some of the shots were okay. The pacing was pretty okay. I actually thought that they managed to do that very well. But yeah, as far as... And it's very clearly made by people who like Cowboy Bebop. It's not just a Netflix cash grab.
I might have to disagree.
But with some of those, positives out of the way of, the main cast did very well with the script they were given.
Yeah. I think I had more negative than...
Oh, I absolutely have more negative, but my negativity isn't about the showrunners,
No.
The cinematography is, like I said, some shots are very good, but why is almost 95% of the show a fucking Dutch angle? So if anyone who doesn't know what a Dutch angle is, it's where you basically tilt the camera so it's on an axis basically, and it feels like 95% of this fucking show is shot within a Dutch angle. And it's very distracting and not very fun to watch.
I must watch a lot of TV that has Dutch angles, because unless you point it out, then I probably...
If you go back and rewatch it and you go, oh, everything's on an axis or tilted.
I'll probably notice.
Yeah, you'll probably notice, yeah. You probably, like I said, you might just not know what that's called or something like that.
Yeah.
So, not a big fan of the change to the villain to the show or the ending. The ending was very weak and very not justified. It could have been good if they spent some of that time that they elongated some scenes and then put it toward... I'm not going to spoil it just in case some people haven't watched it. There's a certain female character that...
I'm
really,
pretty sure everybody who's listening to this.
Yeah. So basically, they change how the ending works, and instead of what happens to Spike normally, it's now her that does it to him. And she's like, haha, I have been playing everybody, and now I will take over the syndicate. And I'm like, you have not shown a single fucking thing in the show that shows you want to do that. Like,
yeah.
Like, this comes completely out of left field. And with just a small handful of changes, I would have been like, okay, you know what? That's kind of dope. Like, they're doing something a little different.
See, I actually like that change from the original. However,
I would like it if they built up to it.
Right. I think this should have been a season 2 type of thing.
Yeah, it's very much a start of next season type plot point.
Yeah, because honestly, I think for me, they brought on the syndicate way too early.
Oh God, way too early.
Because if you look at the, I'll get to very last point. So for me, my first negative is I don't think they should have made Jet a dad.
Okay.
I mean, they could have made him a father, but
not like a dad. Yeah, I know. Okay, I get what you mean. I get what you're coming from.
Because I'm like, I couldn't remember. Again, it's been 20 years since I've seen Bebop came
Your
out.
weekly reminder that Jared is old.
Well, I mean, you were born in 99.
I was born in 96.
You know what I mean?
I know. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, but I mean, was he a dad in? I mean, a father in?
I don't remember it being like that important.
But he was.
Thing. Yeah.
But he had a kid.
I'm pretty sure he had a kid. Yeah.
So yeah, my point being, yeah, you could have made him a father, mentioned the kid and everything like that, but don't make him a dad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I know 100% he was a father because he does make a couple of comments like, "Man, how am I we're not making any money? How am I supposed to raise my kid on this kind of fucking pace?" And that's like an 8. But the reason I mention that is because in the original anime, that's like a 4-second conversation that he has with Spike, whereas in the Netflix, that's dragged out to it's literally dragged out to like a minute and a half for the same amount of dialogue and the same point.
Yeah.
So that's another criticism is they just they extend the wrong conversations for no fucking reason.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like I said before, they should have just made him a father figure to the crew and not just make him a fucking dad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it. It kind of played out to the season finale.
Yeah.
However,
they built up and it did pay off. I don't think it was a very important change to make.
No.
To be honest with you, some of the stuff that they changed is odd.
Very odd. Another bad thing, I think everybody harped on it, was the horrible action scenes.
They're slow. They're so slow.
Like, when we first actually get to see Spike, Ji Kwon Do, and it was the second episode, and when I'm looking at it, I'm like, I swear they just did one combo. All right, cut, change cameras, do it again, cut, change again.
Yeah, it is so slow when it comes to action
and very choppy. And
that
was the only time you see him.
And I hate making this statement because of course it is. It's like if you watch the action scenes in Cowboy Bebop, it is people fighting and trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at the very least, Spike defending himself and knocking people out, or whatever. Point being. And the reason I don't like a lot of Netflix action or some action in general, in terms of modern cinema and TV, is it is so very clearly choreographed that they don't even attempt to hide it.
Oh yeah.
And that. Oh god, that's why I loved The Raid. If you haven't seen it, that fight scene with Mad Dog at the end.
Wait, the first one or second?
The first one.
Okay.
The second one's also phenomenal. That's good. That's a good fight for 2 different reasons. That's the best knife fight ever put on camera. The first one is just the best all-out fucking fight, where it honestly seems it's not like it's 3 actors making an action scene. It's that's kind of how it starts, but it legitimately after 2 minutes, it's oh my god, they forget that they're in a movie and they're just trying to fucking kill each other and the camera is still rolling. What the? Somebody stop this!
Yeah.
That's the kind of action scenes that are that really fucking good. And yeah, I was kind of hoping we would get some of that in Cowboy Bebop, because the raid set new standards, and like some action movies kind of tried to adapt that, and I was like, all right, cool, we're kind of moving past this, and it's getting really good. And then Netflix and some shows recently just feels like we've just regressed back to very clearly choreographed fights with very specific camera angles, and I'm not going to call them bad, because at the very least, I'm not sitting there going like, oh, that punch missed and that guy fell down for no reason, or shit like that. It's just not entertaining to watch.
No, and then they didn't have your bounty of the episode. They didn't have any of that.
Yeah. There wasn't I kind of call it the Power Rangers formula. They didn't
monster
have
of the week.
Yeah, they didn't have a monster of the week or problem of the day that they kind of had to solve.
Right.
So,
and surprising, you only get one Easter egg of vicious fucking crane.
Yeah.
It was a crane, right?
Yeah, crane.
Yeah, and that was it. I was mad that they didn't get each other's weapons and pass it to each other.
Yep.
I'm like, where was that scene? I mean, they did the gun to the heart and sword. Like, that was the only good thing about that scene.
Yeah, I was like, but then my argument comes, if you're just gonna make a shot-for-shot remake of a scene, or
I wasn't asking for a shot-for-shot.
No, but like what I'm saying is, like, if you're just gonna make a shot-for-shot remake of like scenes, or like you can I make the argument that the first and last episodes are essentially just shot-for-shot remakes of the animated series. What's the point of like doing a live action, or like relaunching or redoing the series?
It's America.
I know, and
I had the same.
I hate it.
I had the same problem with what's the remake from that French film, District 13.
I haven't seen that one.
The French one or the remake?
Either.
Oh,
either.
Well, District 13, phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you like undercover mixed with parkour.
Oh yeah, so kind of like The Departed, but a little more action heavy, I'm guessing.
Okay, maybe not that undercover, but undercover where he went into like a closed down district.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense then. Oh yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, the American version with the RZA and the French parkour guy, he plays the exact same person, because good luck trying to find an American actor who can do parkour.
Isn't that Ray Park?
No. He just does.
Oh, never mind. I'm a fucking idiot. I know exactly who we're talking about, because I'm pretty sure he was also in Die Hard. Die Hard 4, I think.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He was the parkour guy.
Yeah. So that's what the only thing they changed up was RZA survived.
Okay.
But anyway, and then what else was I talk about? So yeah, I think, and then we get to. Because in the second season, they're gonna introduce the butterfly guy, which is from the movie.
Yep.
Which I think shouldn't be a season 2 thing. It should have been a season 1.
I don't have strong feelings either way, honestly. Just because I've become zen, where I'm just like, I don't really care what they do at this point.
Honestly, I think Knocking on Heaven's Door is going to be like a 2-episode thing, and then they're just going to go back to the Jules running the syndicate, and then that's going to be season 2.
Yeah, then that's going to be its own thing. Which I'm not going to be a naysayer. I'm not going to say, oh, don't watch it or anything. I think if they change just a couple of things, it would be fine.
Yeah. And we get to the megaton of the bombshell. I wouldn't even call it a post-credit scene. We get to Ed. Now, I don't know whose idea was this. I don't know if it was the director or the actress, or I don't know what she's...
Actress, yeah.
Well, she's non-binary, but however...
Whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
So, we get to again, I don't know whose idea was for Ed to be this eccentric. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah.
Because when I saw that, I had to go on YouTube and say type in best of Ed, and just to remind myself how Ed
Like Ed was goofy, but like there was logic to the madness with Ed. You know.
Yeah.
Like they came in and they're like, all right, we need this character to still be charming. People need to like Ed. Ed needs to be different and out there, but still in a believable way. And they stuck to that very strictly throughout all of Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle something like that based off what we've seen.
Yeah. Now, hopefully, they seen the reviews and the negative.
Yeah. So one thing I will say is anyone who like DMs the individual playing Ed and is like a piece of shit, like stop harassing actors for being in things. Like go fuck yourself. From what I understand is that the person playing Ed was super excited to like do it. Like apparently they've been like a Cowboy Bebop fan forever. Mm-hmm. So there was it was like a dream come true for them to play Ed, and I was like, all right, that's really cool. And then like they present that, and I'm like, I don't know who did that. I don't know if it was the director just being like, go do whatever you want, or if they're like, no, you have to do this or something. I don't know.
So hopefully by season 2.
But yeah, hopefully with season 2.
See the criticism and say, all right, we're going to change it up.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope they tone it down.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I'm curious on how they're going to get the band back together, because you're going to have a season 2, and the band breaking up only happens at the end of the series.
Yeah.
So,
well, it'll be interesting. Like I said, they kind of can go in their own direction as of now.
I mean, they pretty much did.
I mean, they did. So we'll see. I can't really recommend people watch it, but I also don't have a reason to say don't watch this. Like most things, if it didn't have the Cowboy Bebop name, I would think it was just an okay sci-fi show. So,
honestly, if they wanted to make a Cowboy Bebop nuanced show, I mean, they could have just set it in the world of Bebop.
Yeah.
Have a Guardians ragtag crew hunting bounties.
Oh god, I just realized they're probably gonna do fucking Samurai Champloo too. I
doubt it.
I foresee it.
I mean, they're already doing Mega Man live action.
I feel like that's been in the talks since like the 90s. I feel like that. I feel like there's been a fucking rumor of so many things being like, X movie is set to be in production, and then we never fucking hear about it.
Well, yeah, because it's been in production hell for forever.
Like, God, how long was the fucking Uncharted movie in production hell? And then they just recently wrapped up on it, I think.
Yeah.
God, that was since like 2013, I think.
Was it?
I think so. No, there was rumors since like 2015. That's right.
When did Uncharted come out?
Oh, the first game I think was like 2007.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe I was right in assuming that like 2013 is probably about the first time I heard it. So
let's see, what else been in production hell?
A Mario movie up until recently that's been in production
Akira.
hell.
I think that's the biggest production hell ever.
Akira has been in the rumor mill for probably since before I was born.
Really?
Probably. That's an exaggeration, but
I know.
I'm pretty sure
was attached to this project, and it was Neo New York.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's one I haven't heard, because I've heard about 3 different ones. I've heard of one being like a Japanese live action one that they're making. The second one I've heard is the American one, which didn't have DiCaprio, and then now that's the first time I'm hearing about this one.
But the DiCaprio one was around, I want to say, Departed era.
Oh, Baby Leo.
That wasn't Baby Leo.
That's like when he was still super young.
Departed?
Yeah. Do you remember when The fucking Departed came out?
Yeah, I was still in, so it was like 2010-ish.
Departed was not 2010. There's no fucking way.
Baby Leo's more Titanic.
I feel like we've been calling him Baby Leo up until 2006. That's still basically Baby Leo.
Wouldn't Titanic
that's literally right when he started to get his career like away from like I'm the cute pretty boy in Hollywood and I'm a serious actor.
That to me, Baby
Leo's not Titanic. Like that's still considered Baby Leo is when people are like, okay, like you can kind of act really well outside of being the pretty boy. Yes, 100%. I'm not fucking crazy.
Okay. So, all right, what do you call eating Gilbert Grape? What is that?
Ooh, when did that come out?
Like around the time you were born, maybe?
93?
Before 3 years prior?
Eating Gilbert Grape, coming with Leo. I still think he was considered Baby Leo at the time.
And you think Departed's still Baby?
Yes, I'm not saying it's like him being fucking young. He was older in The fucking Departed. I'm talking about how Hollywood perceived him. That's what I'm talking about. Because The Departed was right around when people started to stop being like, oh, it's Baby Leo, but he was still considered Baby Leo because he was still a very attractive young man. And then that's when people are like, okay, he can do serious roles very well.
All right. Okay. All right. But before we get into argument,
I'm dying on this hill. I don't fucking care.
We're gonna start arguing about Baby.
But yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Watch it if you want. I'm not mad that I watched it.
No,
I'm just. It's just very typical American remake.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of American remakes, it's higher quality. I feel like they kind of missed the point of the original show, as they tend to do.
Well, I mean, they blatantly say we're not gonna, cut and paste.
Well, they fucking lied about that because, like I said, the first episode and the last episode are like our fucking carbon copies. But
I think the first episode was just to get you. Oh yeah, this is Bebop. And
oh god, yeah, without a doubt.
And then 180.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just missing a certain charm, and that's kind of what I miss.
Yeah, I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, what's missing? I don't know.
The only good thing, two things I like that came out of there is the dialogue. The first one, I think it's the first episode, was Jet and Woody. Mm-hmm. The first time we meet Woody. Holy shit! Talk about jungle fever.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That dialogue was fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's great. Like I've said, I don't think all the dialogue is that great, and there's definitely some scenes that just go on for too long compared to the original, where like 10 seconds of dialogue to get the point across perfectly is like 35 seconds in the remake, and I'm like, fucking god. But yeah, like the actors do very well. Like I don't think there's a bad actor or a bad casting in the show, and like that's great. I was very nervous for that. So
yeah. All right. So a recent rankings came out over in Japan. God, quote unquote, anime rankings. Now, you'd be very surprised on what's on this ranking, and not only that, you can judge it by age.
Yeah, so to kind of give a little bit of context here, Japanese anime fans have shared their opinion regarding their quote-unquote god anime they would most recommend to others, as their list contains blah blah blah. So it's basically what Japanese anime fans would recommend to other individuals, and this is their like top 20.
And that goes with it's not translating. Dang it! The first one is Code Geass.
Yep, Code Geass.
Yes.
So I'm not going to get into an argument with this, but I have heard it both ways. I've heard people say geese, and I've heard some people say gias. My brain, however I tend to hear it first, is how I like relate to it, and I've heard it as Code Geass first. So that's why if someone tells me a name incorrectly of something, I'm doomed forever.
Second one is Steins Gate.
Yeah, so far these two, not surprising with the list.
Third one, now I will argue to the day I die, is Attack on Titan.
Overrated.
It is.
And I get crucified every time on r/anime, and I will fight all of you motherfuckers in person.
Number 4 is I think it's
Violet Evergarden.
Violet Evergarden.
That's like easily one of my top 2.
This still haven't fucking translated English while I'm.
Oh, I'll do it then.
5th one is Gintama.
Yep, Gintama. No shocker there. Anyone who doesn't know what Gintama is, it's like they take shonen anime and then they just make a joke out of it. if you like fourth wall breaks. Yep.
The 6th one is...
Oh, God, what the fuck does this one translate to? Oh, yeah, Place Further Than the Universe. That's a really good one.
Number 7 is...
Haikyuu.
What?
Yeah, number 7 is Haikyuu.
I'm looking at something completely different, man.
What list are you on? We're on the same list.
Did you click on the first link? Or the
Yeah, the God top 20 God anime.
Because I'm looking at Madoka.
No, then your number 7 didn't load.
I'm looking at...
Or it just fucking updated. Nope. 7 is still Haikyuu. 6 is Place Further Than the Universe.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Sankaku.
I'm not on Sankaku. I'm actually at the website where...
Yeah, this is what you have linked.
No, that's what I said. The first link or the second link?
The first link. There was only one link.
There's 2.
Why are we on the fucking first one? Why are we not on the second one?
Just in case the first one closed out.
Just go to the second one, because the first one is very clearly not fucking translating correctly.
That's why I went to my fucking one. See, now it translated. Because I'm on your Google account, and it's...
Are you on mine, dude?
Well, no, because we're on the scripts, and I click on the link, and it'll open up on your thing.
Gotcha.
So...
Makes sense, then.
So, yeah, it does translate for you, though, right?
Yeah, I had to refresh after I loaded it.
All right. Are you on Sankaku, or are you actually on the ranking?
So now I'm on the ranking, and now it's translating correctly.
Okay.
Some of it's very broken English, though. Okay, we're going to have to talk about 18, and we're going to have to see if that's fair.
Okay, so, sorry for that. So, yeah, 6, A Place Further Than the Universe.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Now we're on the same page. 7 is Madoka Magica.
Yep.
And then...
I'm genuinely surprised that's not higher, if I'm being honest with you. Because I feel like Japan's fucking crazy for Madoka Magica.
Well, once you put in age, you'll see how much it really fucking changed.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
Going down the list, I just skipped. All right, 8th is Haku.
Yep, 8th is Haikyuu.
And 9 is Life in a Different World from 0.
Yeah, ReZero.
And then we have number 10 as Evangelion. Neon. Not the movies, just the TV.
Yep, Neon Genesis Evangelion, just the TV show. Again, I feel like that should be higher.
Again,
I'm not disagreeing with these rankings. Obviously, these are Japanese, but I just feel like Evangelion is always so fucking huge in Japan. Whenever something new happens, or like there's a re-release, or like some kind of anniversary, I feel like they just go fucking insane for like a year about it.
True. However, because of Attack on Titan, I feel more.
I didn't consider that
age group.
Yeah,
because hold on, let me scroll back up to mess with the ages. Because if you go teens or younger, I should have done 20s if it'll load up quickly.
Yeah, this website is so fucking slow.
Well, because it's translating everything right now. Because if you go teens or younger, the first one is Attack on Titan. Not surprising. Very not surprising. Second one is Lelouch of Rebellion. Third one is Steins Gate, which boggles my mind for teens and everything like that. Fourth is ReZero. Fifth is Gintama. Sixth is Sword Art Online.
That actually doesn't surprise me, but I wish it wasn't fucking true because I fucking hate Sword Art.
Seventh is Neon Genesis, which is very surprising. That it could be because of the recent movies that came out. A year ago. At least the last movie came out this year.
Yep.
So they probably went back to watch it to see what happened in the original. Number 8 is Devil's Blade, aka Demon Slayer.
I'm so surprised that's like relatively low on the list because that's like the highest grossing fucking series in Japan at the time. I like the moment and very soon to be like of all time. It very quickly got onto that list of highest grossing franchises very quickly, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm very surprised it's this low on the list.
Right. Well, no, I was going to say My Hero. I mean, there are, what, 3 movies in now?
5, 6 seasons, aren't they? For like the show, and 3 movies with, I think, like 2 more on the way. I think is what I've heard. Plus a fuck ton of merchandise for My Hero.
Yeah. And then number 10 is Violet Evergarden. So, I mean, for the younger generation, this is very not surprising and not surprising picks on the list.
Yep.
But then I went to my age range.
I'm very excited to what your age range has ranked.
So I went to 30s. And I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to do top 10. Guess where Bebop placed? It's not in the top 10. I can tell you that right now.
16.
No.
Ooh, where's it place?
20th.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Damn.
You got to figure that will be higher because we literally grew up on it on Toonami.
That's true.
So number 1 is Code Geass. Number 2, Steins Gate. Number 3, Sword Art Online. You know,
damn you old people.
You know, honestly, that's not surprising to me. Number 4, Madoka Magica. Number 5, Standalone Complex. That's not surprising to me.
No, yeah, considering the landscape of anime and shit at that time, or like for what was popular when they were younger, is which I'm kind of guessing what they grew up with is what I'm saying. Yeah, Standalone Complex being on there, not surprising at all.
Number 6, Gintama. Number 7, Attack on Titan. You know, I'm not surprised, honestly, because when I went to I guess one of those Facebook group party type things, like an anime group from Facebook, went to a party. They were playing Attack on Titan. This was like, you know, part 1. So when it came out on Blu-ray and everything. So this was probably when it was getting probably at their best.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan as far as story goes. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Number 8, Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Number 9.
It just amazes me that Demon Slayer has appealed to so many generations of like anime fans and people, and like non-anime fans as well. That's a conversation we might have to have for an episode and be like non-anime or anime for non-anime fans, and be like what makes like a good choice for non-anime fans to get into anime. We might have to do that.
Number 9, the quintessential bride.
Quintessential. Let's go.
That's actually surprising.
That's so surprising to me. I'm not gonna lie.
But as in this age group,
I see why for like a younger age group.
I don't.
But not for like an older age group.
I don't.
Really? Okay, what's your logic behind it, though?
Well, I mean, all right, when you say younger, I mean, you're talking teens?
Yeah, I'm talking about like 24 below.
24 below?
Yeah, like 24 below.
Yeah, I don't... Because you're looking at, all right, here's a teenage guy in high school, hired tutor.
Yeah, to tutor 5 beautiful young women.
And then, obviously comedy ensues. But for the younger generation, like, do they really want to see a love story?
Oh, okay. I think I know what you mean. Because, yeah, for younger generations, like, that's a dime a dozen in anime.
Because, I mean...
But it's done well in Quintessential, though.
Yeah.
Like,
but, I mean... Because normally you have 24 younger, they're still kind of weaning off of shonen shit.
That's fair.
Yes, shonen has love, quote unquote, in it, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not like the focus of it. Yeah, they have friendship instead of romance.
No, they have. You know what I mean.
You also know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually really surprised is not on here to any capacity, or at least that I've seen, any mention of Black Lagoon.
I could have swore I saw Black Lagoon on here.
I haven't seen it, or maybe I just completely missed it.
So number 10 was ReZero.
Yep.
11, Neon Genesis, which
that's again,
it's on the cusp of top 10.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's at 11, but again, that
I haven't clicked on 40s. If the 40-year-old generation,
the 40-year-olds probably have stuff like. Also, probably have like Standalone Complex and like Neon Genesis like higher.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's 15 for 30s.
Okay.
16 is Slam Dunk.
That's a throwback.
17 is Konosuba. See,
okay.
I figured that would be more
younger generation.
No, I mean at least higher up for
really for like your age range.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I just have a weird sense of humor.
It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'm surprised when it showed up on like the younger people, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
18 is Higurashi When They Cry.
Yeah, Higurashi.
Higurashi, thank you. 19 is Made in the Abyss. And then
that's another one that I'm surprised is not on the list.
20 is Kingdom. So I take that back.
Really?
So Bebop is actually lower. I thought it was 20th. Hold on, let me find it. 21 is one of the Bake Monogatari.
Yeah, Bake Monogatari.
22 is Psychopaths. 23 is Melancholy of Hardy.
Yeah, Harui something.
Holy shit! Maybe it's not even a top 30.
That's so depressing.
I know I saw it. 30th Black Lagoon.
Okay, so it's like in there. It's still kind of fucking depressing. I love Black Lagoon.
Okay, there it is. 33 is Cowboy Bebop.
33 is Bebop. Hey, Black Lagoon beat Bebop. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. That's
a.
I could have swore it was higher.
This list is. I'm gonna have to like go home and like really go through this list because I'm very interested in that.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious on the 40s. Sorry, folks. I'm.
Now we're not even doing. Now we're just like analyzing data at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder why.
Okay, so 40.
Okay, I'm interested in the 40s. Let's go.
Is number 1 is Madoka Magic. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see why.
I'm both.
Just because of I'm not
yeah.
Because character why, not story.
Story like writing wise and like plot wise, I'm imagining is probably what they watch it for. Like the darker shit is what I imagine they're into, not the cute girls doing not really cute things.
You never know.
But this is also Japan, so who fucking knows?
Number 2 is Steins Gate.
Okay.
Number 3 is Plates Further Than the Universe.
Wow, for 40-year-olds?
4th is Slam Dunk.
Okay, there we go. Never mind. Now it's starting to sound normal.
Number 5 is Hakuyu.
Really?
Maybe volleyball is a big thing over there.
I think, sports might just be a... Oh, wait a minute. I know why that might be. Because you remember like when it was like during the Olympics and that one volleyball player was all over Twitter because everyone was making fan art of her? I feel like that... Okay, so there was a point a handful of years ago where that happened. The internet got horny over this lady. Because, that's just what fucking happens. And I feel like that's a huge reason as to why... older people would have been like, I'm going to watch this volleyball anime. And they're just like, oh shit, it's all dudes. It's a good story. I'm going to keep watching.
Huh. All right. Number 6, SOA or SAO.
SAO. I wish it was SOA.
Number 7, Attack on Titan. Very odd.
Why?
Very odd.
Are we wrong? Are we out of touch? Are we the wrong ones that just don't like this fucking show? I'm starting to think so.
Number 8, Hunter x Hunter, the Madhouse version.
Doesn't surprise me.
Is that the older one? Yeah, the older
yeah,
one,
that
Madhouse.
should be the old one.
Number 9, Code Geass. And
okay.
number 10, Full Metal Alchemist
Brotherhood.
No.
Oh, the original.
The 03.
Shit.
Yeah. And
Maybe they just don't know that Brotherhood's out.
I'm pretty sure they do. But so yeah, that's very surprising for.
Yeah, this list is weird.
Yeah.
I kind of want to, like, when I get home, I'm kind of want to just go through all this and be like, all right, what is every age group, like, top 30?
So, thanks for letting go on for that long.
Yeah, that just became a curiosity thing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, top 20 in general is pretty much what you would expect.
no doubt, no doubt.
So,
moving on to now, as you guys know, for the longest time, I've hated NTR. Now, I stumbled across this because I was reading like an obvious thing, and it happened. This NTR story happened to be part of it.
Yeah.
I didn't go searching for it. It just happened to be the next chapter.
okay. Holy shit. Rating of 2.91 on this website. I'm guessing that's pretty universal across everything.
So let me give you the background of this world of this hentai story. In this world, in this world, instead of human trafficking, it's pretty much called their property. Property more on the lines of households.
Okay.
And things like that. In order to get these properties, you have to go to, how you normally go, a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this goes about. So in this world, the people go there to get property, which is another word for, it's almost like arranged marriages.
Okay.
You flip through a book, say, "Hey, I want that."
Yeah, well,
It's
that's
you buy it, and then you're just signed up. I'm your property. You're my property.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
my hippity hoppity. You're now my property.
So, after a few stories, I've read a few chapters. I get to this story. So, the standard story goes: son goes to his dad, say, "Hey, she's in trouble. Can you buy her?" And all like that, so I can marry her. Blah blah blah. Dad goes, "Sure, but here's my conditions. You have to drop out of school, and you have to live with us." Sure, cool. Hey, by the way, the property, quote unquote, is childhood friend. You know where I'm going with this. Obviously, it's an NTR. You obviously know where it's going. So he drops out, goes to work. Hey, we're living together and everything. We're gonna get married. Blah blah blah. Once I earn enough money to pay off, the debt that my father paid for. So obviously, when son is off to work, he bangs, childhood friend, trainer and all that good shit. He comes home. Prior to him seeing what's going on with his dad and childhood friend, he sees his mom. Oh, by the way, who's living it? Hold on. I forgot to mention who lives in the household. So it's him, childhood friend, his dad, his mom, and his grandfather. So at some before
you said NTR at the beginning of this, and now it's just all going to go downhill. This is going to go exactly to the place that I think it is.
So he sees his mom doing his grandpa. I'm like, why is mom doing grandpa? And then we go away, and he comes back. A couple days later, he sees an orgy going on with his dad banging his childhood friend, his mom banging grandpa. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Everything like that. Why are you banging my future wife? It's like, well, she has a secret. Oh, I'm, childhood friend is pregnant. And why, dad, why is mom banging grandpa and everything? Well, since she's pregnant and we always might as well just come out. I'm not your dad. I'm your half brother. Your parents are over there. So his parents are actually his mom and quote unquote grandpa. It was actually now his dad. He goes crazy. He runs out the fucking door. It's like, oh, say, hey, all right, dad, I done my obligation. I got, this chick pregnant. Now I want you to fill this obligation. I want to bang I guess his stepmom, I guess. And so he bangs his stepmom. And then it turns out he had an arrangement where it's like, okay, I'm the real dad gave him his son an agreement, say, hey, raise my son, your half brother, as a son. Once you fulfill this, once I die, or actually once you knock the childhood friend up, you can have her, my second wife. You can have sex with that, and when I'm gone, you can marry her and blah blah blah. So
This is just a fucking wild ride.
It is. It is
a wild ride.
The younger brother realized, this is nuts. I'm getting a boner from this. I don't know why, because that's what usually happens. And so, real dad dies. Older half brother marries this second wife. Continued to bang childhood friend of his younger brother while he's over there in the corner jerking off for a while. And they raised the childhood friend's new son as a couple, as the story continues. And, the son brings like, hey, dad, not really, more nephew, say, hey, I got this, same scenario. And the end monologue's like, finally, after 20 years, I get to have my happiness and everything like that. So the ball keeps rolling in this fucking weird-ass family. So thus beginning saying, this is probably the best, worst NTR I have ever read.
Yeah, you just kind of kept throwing out words, and I'm just like, yeah.
Was I not clear? Or?
No, you're very clear. It's just I didn't want you to be clear. I'm just like, oh, okay, more bullshit happens. Awesome. Now I just want to forget about it.
Yeah, so if you are into NTR, you're fucking weird, by the way. But no, I'm pretty sure you're an okay dude, but when it comes to hentai and you're all aboard NTR, you stay over there.
Yeah.
You stay over there. But the name of it is Fudo-san Monogatari. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't read it.
I mean, you can read the first couple chapters because it's non-NTR, and then after that story, there's no NTR after that. But that's like the only NTR story portion of this ambius for when it comes to hentai.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that story in itself, it's like, holy shit, if I was in NTR, this would be the top of the list. So that's what I mean. It's the best, worst NTR of all time.
Oh, God.
Of all time. I don't think... Because normally NTR is always the fucking same. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, your husband has a small wiener and you're fucking miserable and blah, blah, blah. Even though you love him, let me show you what man does, even though I'm fucking ugly as sin.
Yeah,
and
or the, oh, you want to be good in bed, and, let me train you so you're good for your boyfriend.
So you're good for your boyfriend, and then
like,
they're like, oh, man, I can never go back to my boyfriend. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah, it's like stupid.
It gets real fucking old real fucking quick.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to change the pace of NTR, that story itself, that story in itself is a big doozy.
Yep.
Is a big doozy. Speaking of big doozies in the news, if you haven't heard, the Canadian Reserve had to go deep into it.
Not for gold, not for money, not for emergency funding.
Syrup.
Emergency maple syrup.
Yes. Oddly enough, not a lot of maple trees are producing maple, or actually, no, I take that back. A lot of maple syrup is flying off the shelves left and right.
Yep, because
so,
a lot of people are staying at home, they're baking more, they're making more stuff, they're eating more. And, as much as people love to joke, oh, Canadians and their maple syrup, I mean, it's like a hot commodity there. Like, there's kind of a reason it's a joke. And so Canada just couldn't quite keep up with production because, it's a natural thing. It takes time to harvest and refine it and get all that shit going. So they had to tap into their fucking emergency reserves and be like, ah, shit, we, like, export a lot of this stuff, and we also need to, like, use it for our own shit, so we're kind of fucked. I mean, not really, but...
Well, it's oddly, because I looked on there, and it said America's actually the 80% of
Yeah, we are a huge thing.
Which is weird. I'm like, really? We're the number one... would it be import or export, depending on how you look at it?
It depends.
We're the number one export for maple syrup coming out of Canada.
Yeah. We are the highest. We are their biggest client.
Makes sense, but at the same time, I looked at what is the shelf life for maple syrup. It's a very long time.
Oh, it's basically forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Non-open.
Yeah, as long as it's properly sealed. Maple syrup theoretically can last decades.
Yeah.
Not that it would, but you know.
So yeah, that is hilarious.
So yeah, it's just really funny that
I wonder if we have a food. I doubt it. I mean, if we had a reserve for food for America, what would it be?
Hops.
What?
Hops, like the thing that you
hops.
make beer with. Hops.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, we are a huge maker and exporter of hops and beer.
I mean, I knew Budweiser and everything like
Yep.
that. All right.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind of like something we would have an emergency stash of.
I figured it'd be wheat or corn.
We already do have that, but I'm talking about like the non-essential things. Like, you know, when you hear Canada has a fucking emergency store of maple syrup, you're like, all right, like, so it makes sense that America would have, or like other countries would have like stores of like the essentials, like grains and all that shit. And then, like, what's the weird thing they would probably have a stockpile of? And, yeah, my brain just immediately goes right to hops.
Right, hops.
Yep, right to hops.
All right.
Do we? I don't know. That's just what I'm guessing.
That'd be weird. I mean, you never know. It could be underground under the... what's
buried deep in the salt mines?
No, I was thinking of the Eisenhower amusement park in Virginia. I forgot what it's called.
Oh God, I can't think of the name. I know what you're talking about.
I've been there, but I can't remember the amusement park what it's called. But just deep underground at the roller coaster, mounds and mounds of hops. Speaking of, North Korea apparently has a fashion police. Because of their supreme leader, Kim Jong-un, was rocking a leather coat.
Yeah, a dope looking fucking like leather trench coat almost. Got a dope belt, like the fucking collar's nice and shit. The buttons are like nice and prominent. Looks like it fits him real well. And then, you know, he's like, this is my drip. No one fucks with it, because apparently a lot of his citizens were like, yo, supreme leader look fly. We should fucking copy that shit.
Yeah.
And he was not happy about that.
No, this is my look.
This is my fucking drip.
Mr. Seth Rollins and his drip coat and everything like that wanted to have that leather coat on lock. So he's assigned. I think it's just regular police. So hey, see this look?
Yep. Literally, he just told police. He didn't make like a special unit or anything. He just told his fucking cops in North Korea to be like, yo, this fucking leather jacket is fucking mine.
It's mine.
If anyone you fucking see, fucking arrest them. Give him a fine, give him a warning, and if you see him do it again, fucking throw him in jail.
Hard labor.
Hard labor. Like gulag. Like, you've been warned. You were warned once. You were going to sell that fucking coat. You're going to get rid of it. And if I see you catch that shit again, you're going to the fucking gulag.
Speaking of gulag, an influencer, quote unquote, went to the gulag for pranking. What was it? I forgot what kind of cop it was. I forgot what country.
Probably Russia.
No, it wasn't.
That sounds like Russia.
I forgot. But yeah, an influencer went to the gulag because he pranked a cabbie. That's what he gets.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Fuck influencers. Get fucked.
Yeah.
Don't be shit. Like, it's not hard. Don't be a piece of shit. Just be a nice... Be Mr. Beast. I don't agree with everything he does, and I think he copies people and, you know, steals ideas. But at least he's, like, a good person with money, you know? At least he does good in the world.
Yeah. All right, so we are at our finalists coming down to the simps. We came down to, what is that, 5?
Yep.
5. First one is Cloud at BTS _ Cloud _ 203. If you don't remember the Cloud at BTS, I think I did.
I think it was you, yeah.
Came to the conclusion this is probably our first Asian female.
Yeah,
simp.
a female simp. And yeah, I think we half agreed, half didn't, because it seemed to be in that influencer space of, where you like promote each other's, art and shit. But they seem to kind of be going just one step too far in that whole process. So that's why Cloud's on the list.
And the next one is Bing at Bing0KBB. Next one.
Is that the one that blocked me? I think one of these guys blocked me.
Blocked you.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna.
The next one is Larry N at Blackbeard 52588 or wait no 52586. I think the one that blocked you is the next one is Gabriel Garcia at Gabriel's 72450743.
Okay, Cloud didn't block me, so that's good. All right, Bing, what do you got?
Next, and the last one is Wayman Jackson, Uncle Wayman. Based on, I call him Uncle Wayman because of what he's looked like on his picture.
Yep.
At Wayman Jackson 3. To give you a rundown, I'm just not gonna go full blown on why. I'm just gonna give you a couple of what they've tweeted once this fucking thing comes up.
Hey, it was Blackbeard.
It was Blackbeard.
It was Blackbeard. Although I did at Aldi. Maybe they ended up blocking me after the fact. I'm gonna recheck.
So, Cloud tweeted, responded to a Maho Shoujo trick or treat. I don't want to be tricked. I don't want to be tricked, so accept this treat from me. I think that was just a retweet. Same person. Do you know why I call you here all this time? Cloud replies, no, but I'm happy you did, honey. There's so much lovely view of the beach, and you, I love the view of your body. So gorgeous, so sexy. I wish you can keep calling me to come to you. And it's a gift of Cloud raising a glass.
Because of course it is.
Kanako, or wait, no, Sally tweeted Kanako at 40 Ahara. Lovely kitty, are you a cat or dog person? I'm using this as December full set, blah, blah, blah. Cloud retweets, you're looking so adorable, my precious lovable kitty. I'm both a dog person and cat person. Honey, I just want to pet you so bad right now. Gif of chocolate being tickled under her chin. Bing... see what Bing have to say lately. What do you mean no result? Oh wait, hold on. Damn space. What? What do you mean there's no results? Bullshit.
Bullshit. We just had this.
Bullshit. Okay, there he is. He retweets. What? Let's see what he has to tweet. Empress Elfie tweets, so who's giving me a full body massage? He says, me, I'll do it. Next up is Mommy Milkers FR. He replies, I like to play with them and you. Let's see what Blackbeard have to say lately.
I can't check.
Go to Blackbeard. Oh yeah, this is the inspirational.
Oh yeah, I fucking remember now.
Let's see. Okay. Alex Coro tweets out, my flight departs at 6:55 p.m. today, so I won't be at the show the whole time. I'll be there from opening to 4 p.m. to give me time to grab my bags and run to the airport. Thank y'all for a wonderful first time in Washington, D.C. This must be an erotica at D.C. convention. He replies, Alex Coral has the best ass and fantasy. Love with her forever. Happy holidays. All I want, Alex Coral for Xmas. LOL. That has nothing to do at all with her flight. Alexa Barley, legal. I don't know why you have legal in your name. Laundry day. And it's a picture of her bending over in her underwear, looking at the camera, reaching in the dryer.
Yep.
He replies, Lexi said it was laundry day. I took a seat when she stripped and put everything in the washer. What else could I say? Yet, quickly she said, quote, you can throw dem dollars. When I say dem, it's spelled like that.
Yep.
D-E-M.
We're just transcribing the text.
You can throw dem dollars this way. Ain't no poll, but you can still tip me. Okay, I was hoping for a lay and not just the sexy display. What?
What? Oh, this is the fucking poet guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inspirational poet guy, but this motherfucker didn't even end his quote. What the fuck? He's an idiot. Bona fide idiot. Let's see. Next up is Gabriel. Gabriel Garcia. Let's see what he has to say lately. All right. King Wavy. Golden Hour doing me good. Golden Hour doing... Okay. Make sure I read that right. Gabriel replies, rich rear to devour whole. Heart and fire emoji. I can't read Spanish. All right. No, that's probably not a good one. Not a good one. Britannia Razivia. Do you like my bush? Exquisite pussy love. It's okay. I'm done with that guy. And finally, we have Uncle Wayman at Wayman Jackson 3. If you see this guy's picture, you know why I called him Uncle Wayman.
Yep.
Just, he looks like, just good old Uncle Wayman. Chelsea Wild, do you like strawberry milk? He replies with a bunch of emojis.
Just emojis. Just fucking emojis.
Who's in this photo? Heidi Gray post. He replies, yes, baby, you're looking very, very sexy, lovely, hot. Emphasis on the T's. Yum. Emphasis on the M's. Ass. Emphasis on the S. And peach emojis, fire emojis.
Oh, God.
That is not what she asked. Who's in these photos? That is not how you answer that particular fucking tweet.
Nope.
Not whatsoever. I'm looking at you, Roxas. That's not how you do it. Stay away from my fucking thing right over there. So yeah, those are our SIMP finalists. Cloud, BTS Cloud, Bing at Bing 90, KBB, Larry and at Blackbeard 25586, Gabriel Garcia at Gabriel 72450743, Wayman.
Some of your fucking names, people.
Wayman Jackson, Uncle Wayman at Wayman Jackson 3. Those are your SIMP finalists. For this, we will have.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep. Well, I can't keep an eye on fucking Blackbeard, but we'll keep an eye on them and we'll narrow it down from there. Cloud might be out of the running, like I said. They're just kind of an over enthusiastic, like in the fucking circle of promoting all their friends type thing. So maybe not super simp, but still relatively simpy. It's just a different kind. So
right. So yeah, look for that, or you can look for yourself. Maybe cast a vote if you.
Yeah,
want
cast
to.
a vote. Email us. Let us know who you fucking think should get fucking hit with the simp hammer.
That's right.
Go to horny jail.
Yeah. All right. On to our reviews.
Yeah, buddy. Oh god, I almost just fucking destroyed my microphone again for the third time today.
Ow. All right. First up is Enyoku.
Yeah, Enyoku,
Enyoku.
I think.
Or
Something like that.
or translation into alternative titles is Captivating Lust. Now, in Captivating Lust, I'm just going to go with that from now on.
Yeah, Captivating Lust, because that's... Yeah, that's the plot right there.
If that.
Yeah, if that.
So it's a singular episode.
Because
more.
I don't know why. I feel like it was decent enough to warrant a second one, but...
Yeah, I think that's where it was headed, or should have
Yeah,
headed.
something, yeah.
So a teacher has a hots for a student, and she gets kind of jealous because, you know, the student is walking with, I guess, a lady friend.
yeah, either... I
Lady
can't remember if it's literally just a classmate or his girlfriend. I don't think...
I think it was just a lady friend.
I literally don't think
classmate.
they ever fucking specify. I think
No.
it's just some girl that he knew.
Yeah, just walking by, got jealous. Like, hey, can you come to, you know,
Yeah.
some room, whatever.
Yeah, please come to the teacher's office staff lounge thingy, bob.
Yeah, say, hey,
So we
teach,
can.
I'm here.
I'm here. So
What
we
do
can.
you
Yeah,
want?
so we can be
Takes off
alone.
clothes.
And it's and our naive protagonist is like, oh, why, yes, teacher, I am here. Whatever could you have wanted from me? And she's like, yo, get a pair of these mommy milkers. And he's like, oh, I don't understand what is happening in this situation. Please, what are you doing?
you know, you're undressing me and everything like that, and you're taking my wang and jerking it, something like. Well, might as well go with the flow.
Yeah, might as well just fuck her, I guess.
Then that's how they ended up with, you know, teacher's son, not teacher's son,
Teacher's son, yo.
teacher student relationship.
And then we get the whole one of his, I think his girlfriend / lady friend gets jealous, and she's like, "You slept with her, now you sleep with me." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then somehow they all end up at, I think, the teacher's house. I think.
Yeah.
Her like apartment, and she's sitting there. She's like, "I'm gonna watch you bang this other lady," and he's like, "That's weird." And they're both like, "Get over it."
I forgot. They went to his house.
Yeah, okay, it's his house. Okay.
And it just turns out the lady friend was actually his sex friend.
Okay.
And the teacher came over to his house like, hey, what's she doing? And I'm like, oh, she's my sex friend. She's not really my girlfriend. She's just a sex friend.
Yeah.
You're just going to stay on that couch and watch us bang.
Yeah, we're going to bang. And then,
I want you to have sex. I'm like, sure. And then now they're just...
Yeah, and then,
3P going on and what have you.
Yeah, and there you go. And, yeah, he just bangs both of them, and the kind of just goes from there. No real drama happens. It's just, hey, I like my student, and I want to bang them, and I'm jealous of sex friend. Oh, just sex friend? Okay, we all bang.
No.
That's it. That's the fucking plot.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, because that's the reason why there wasn't really a second episode.
Yeah, there's like nothing.
It just
to
wrapped up
yeah.
right then and there. So as far as the story goes, I don't bother. If you're listening to this from another state and you want to do a panel, Mystery Science Theater 2000.
Yeah,
thing.
Where you riff on it. And
Yeah,
shit.
this is probably a good one.
Yeah, because
Something like that.
you can just have a lot of fun just pointing out the stupid trope. Like if there's a trope in hentai with like teacher student, this hit it.
Yeah.
Every time, except instead of like I'm blackmailing you to do this, or the student doing it, it's just a weird consensual thing that ultimately leads to nothing.
All right. The next one is Chijoku no Seifuku.
Yeah, Seifuku.
Translate another alter is uniform of disgrace.
Yep.
In this story, it's pretty much your standard reverse NTR.
So funny. Like, the opening scene is neighbors open door, and they all walk out, and they all greet each other in the morning. Husband leaves to work. You better not do anything weird to my wife. And he's like, yeah, don't worry. And then the wife's just like, yo, I'm going to suck that dick later.
Yeah, it is fun. Like, and he makes fun of, like, you're in a tracksuit early in the morning. I'm like, dude, I work.
I'm like, you're
at
in a
night.
Yeah,
so
you're in a fucking business suit. Go fuck yourself.
You. So yeah, by the title of the story is uniform of disgrace. Most of the girls he goes after are in some type of uniform.
Some type of work uniform. One's like a secretary at looks like a clothing boutique, I think, or something like that.
No, she's like Macy's perfume girl.
Oh, okay. Perfume lady then.
Yeah. And then, you got the next door MILF.
Yeah, next door MILF who's in the fucking MILF outfit. That's the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah, and the naked apron.
Yep.
And then we get to...
As we mentioned, from the very beginning, she's like, yo, I'm going to suck that dick later. And, clearly they have history.
And then we get to the second episode where he works as a engineer, which in a hospital.
Yeah, very prestigious job, actually, for a hentai protagonist.
Yeah.
Normally, it's like, I'm a dropout, and I'm a fucking... Or I'm a janitor. Nothing wrong with janitors. Or, like, I'm a fucking societal reject, and I ain't got no job. But, like, this guy's, like, a fucking, like, IT engineer or some shit like that. I don't remember what he is specifically.
No, he's, like, the engineer, like, fix...
Oh, yeah, he's like a high-level maintenance guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay, that's like dope.
That works. Yeah, that works at night.
Oh, that works.
So then the second one is primarily the whole second episode is the nurse that works in a hospital that he had his eye on, and oddly enough, this whole time, like going back to the first episode, the reason why he got the perfume lady because she asked him to install a TV.
Yeah, he
installed a camera.
He fixes or installs the TV. I'm pretty sure installs it. And then he's like, "Oh, by the way, I have a photo of you masturbating on the couch." And she's like, "No, how'd you do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, how did you not see the very obvious fucking camera that I installed on your TV?"
Yeah, it's obviously blackmail.
Yeah.
Same thing with the nurse.
Yeah, nurses
cameras.
Blackmail. Though I don't think we ever really learned why he bangs the neighbor wife outside of like her husband's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she ain't getting none.
Nah,
that's normally
whatever.
the case when dealing with salaryman in Japan.
Yeah.
The wives never get anything after the honeymoon.
Yeah, after the honeymoon phase, it's he works so much and he comes home tired and just wants to go to bed and blah blah blah.
Point of order, dude, it's funny because you normally have. When you get the younger salaryman who just got married, it's like, 6 o'clock, gotta go and fuck the wife.
Yeah, I gotta go home and fuck the wife.
And everything like that.
And then like 2 years at the company, they're like, nah.
Once you hit middle management, it's like, I gotta go work.
I gotta go work. Like, fuck off.
Like, what the hell happened?
Does your fucking like desire for life just go down once you hit middle management?
Yeah.
It must, because that's what happens to these poor dudes.
Uniform to Disgrace. This 2 episode, if you like blackmail type of things.
Yeah, it's like half blackmail, but that doesn't really come up that much after like the initial all right, we're banging now thing. And yeah, the entire like second episode is just like the nurse.
Yeah. But if you really like your girls in uniform, check it out. I mean, the animation itself is pretty dope.
Yeah.
I would give this a good watch. I liked it very much, only because uniform and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is based off a game, so
yeah, take with that what you will. I can't imagine it's that great. It's probably Nukiji, which anyone who doesn't know, it's literally just pornorogi. There's not really like some deep evolving story.
no.
So,
So next one is Gaku.
Yeah, Gaki ni Modotte Yarinaoshi.
Now,
I don't want to talk about this one. This one makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it.
Now, this actually is based off of a 500 chapter story.
Chapter or page?
Or I'm sorry, pages. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say 500 chapters. That's like 87 books.
Sorry, yeah, it's based off of a 500 plus pages
of fucking.
However,
Dojin.
However, most of the scenes are kind of like the what's it called, the game. It's like CG or GCC.
Okay.
Right? Game.
Yeah, games. I can't remember what it stands for.
It's like that where where they go to the next page. It's the same fucking scene, but they change out like a few details in the eyes or something like that, and they take out some of the dialogue bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so majority of that, it's like that's why it's like 500 pages long.
Yeah,
but the story in itself is longer than this 2 episodes, and it gets a lot better than this bullshit you get. So in the story, you have a guy who gets a phone call from his sister saying,
so fucking weird.
Hey, bro, I'm getting married. I want you to come.
Yeah, to the wedding.
I'm like, which is tomorrow. You're just now letting me know.
Yeah, it's like now you're just fucking inviting me. Okay, whatever.
And so he goes to the wedding. He sees, like, oh man, everybody that I know. By the way, he has gonorrhea.
Yeah. He basically, because of bullying, he has a fear of women.
Fear of women. Like, oh man, everybody, all the women that bullied me that I know from up till now is getting married, have kids, has life, which I can't have because of all this shit.
Yeah, because of the shit they put me through, and it's kind of fucking brutal. They would strip him down in class and step on his shit and wrestle with him and just honestly, you kind of feel fucking bad for the guy when you learn about what happened, and then he does stuff and you're like, oh.
And then so it's like, hey, I want to go back, I want to redo my life and everything, and therefore he goes back and
he just
goes back to primary school.
So he's literally running away from the wedding, and then he says a flash of light happens. He runs into his sister and her friend, and he's just all of a sudden a kid again.
Yeah, and so now he's in primary school, and then he sees his primary bully, a tan it's primary.
Tan lolly, yeah.
It's obviously everybody's a lolly, fucking
because
primary school.
And
so it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna take your shit anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna bully you.
I'm gonna bully you in the way you bullied me, and then obviously sex ensued right then and there, which is weird.
In school, in the classroom.
Yeah,
no one stops it.
Nobody stops it, and it's like, and now when I saw this, I'm like. Actually, when I was reading it and watching it, it's like, is this the world of Starship Troopers?
That's what I was wondering.
It's like, because they're right there, right? Did they leave?
I don't know. I don't know. He just fucks her in the classroom multiple times and does weird shit to her in the classroom. Not a single person is maybe you should stop that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's not fucking okay.
And so he gets revenge on her,
and so the entire time he's like, "Yeah, I'm not. All you have to do is apologize." She's like, "No, I'm not going to do it." So he just continues fucking her and raping her, and he's literally just say sorry, and she's very stubborn, and she's like, "No, I'm not going to do that."
Yeah, and it turns out we had a promise that we're going to marry each other when we're going to get older, but you're flirting with other girls, and that's why I'm bullying you. I'm like,
yeah.
Was this before?
And and I'm like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean flirting with other girls? You don't. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, we didn't get that much backstory on.
No, we didn't get shit. Although, episode 2 kind of, sort of explains it.
Well, I think that was not. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so and then of course there's the lovely MILF next door that her mom, and because he's a 40-year-old man in a fucking 10-year-old's body, so of course his dick is the size of a fucking football, and he's spending the night there because they're childhood friends, and it's cute, and the mom's like, oh, I love Bob, he's like a son to me. So he does like weird shit to her in her sleep, and like just she's like, oh, that's weird, he must be having a weird dream about his mom or some shit like that. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna let that slide. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I don't understand hentai sometimes. The next day she's like, Boku, that was like not appropriate what you did. Were you having a bad dream? I'll forgive you. And then she's like, yo, wait, this kid's got a boner and he's like gonna go to school, and kid's playing like, it hurts, I don't know what to do with it. And so she does some boner relief medication, and he's like, oh, that's great. And then they end up just fucking past that point, and then other weird, like her daughter comes home, and then he bangs both of them because hentai. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, that's super great, I've gotten my revenge and blah blah blah. I'm like,
but not so fast.
There's the second episode.
Yeah, and then the second episode, it's like somebody's continuing bullying him. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
I stopped you. Like, it's not me, it's somebody else.
Yeah,
who is it? I'm not telling.
Yeah, and then she's like, why would I tell you? And then he bangs her again, and then she's
oddly enough, it's not. He didn't bang her in the second episode, but however, in the manga, he actually does.
Yeah, in the manga, yeah.
And people were complaining like, yo, where was that scene and everything. I'm like, yeah, where is that scene? But anyway, and then he finds out there's somebody.
Yeah, there's someone else
paid somebody to bully him, and he's like, I'll pay you to bring that person here. Takes all revenge of that. Then the mercenary, it's like, hey.
Yeah, it's so
here's
strange.
A deal for you. If you could wear these, vibrating pestes for a week, I'll let you go. I'll give you the rest of the money. But if you can't, you're gonna be my sex slave.
Yep.
Suance type thing. Obviously, she couldn't make it because hentai.
Because hentai.
It's like, hey, so who paid you to bully me? And that cliffhangers, it turns out to be his sister's friend, and that's it. That's the series as far as the anime goes.
Yeah,
but if you read it, the story actually makes more sense.
Yep.
There's a lot more girls involved. There's a teacher, his teacher involved. He gets the male student body involved.
Yep.
There's a dating chick that goes, he bangs. There's another MILF he bangs in the public bathhouse.
Yeah, all as a kid, by the way.
Yeah, all as a kid.
This is all as a 10-year-old child who just, like I said, has just a football penis.
Right,
because we need that.
And it ends with obviously him marrying the loli.
Yep, the original bully lady.
Right, and he gets her pregnant, the mom pregnant, sister pregnant.
Yeah, it's serial impregnation type.
It's like, well, because I went back in time and I know everything like that. He became a stockbroker.
Yeah, he becomes a stockbroker. It's like actually like fucking clever. He's like, yo, I know exactly what's gonna fucking happen. I can just make money and shit.
Yeah,
and
so I can take care of all
of
the
you,
ladies and the kids and everything like that. So the animation in itself is good.
Yeah, the animation's good. It's just a weird story.
It is a weird story.
It's just weird. Like, I get more and more uncomfortable as time goes on with just straight lolly shit. Like, I know he's also like a kid fucking another kid, but like, I don't know. So he's also like at the same time 40.
So if you want to continue the story, then read it.
Yeah, I would recommend just reading from the start, honestly. Yeah. If you're kind of interested in the story, like I said, it's not bad. No. It's like an interesting take on the whole time travel thing. So almost. No, I was gonna say some nuance of redo of Healer, but yeah.
Similar.
Yeah, kind of, but also not really.
Yeah.
Redo of Healer, that man takes revenge on fucking everybody. And you're like, all right, like, I don't feel really bad for him doing this. He kind of fucking earned it after the horse shit that was his life. This one is just like, they're mean to him, and so he has a fear of women. Like, that's a little different than being raped every goddamn day of your life by multiple people, and one of them being a 6'3" bald man
Who's a priest.
He was a priest.
Or
who is just unhealthily obsessed with you for some fucking reason.
Yeah, it was. No,
I don't.
No.
Has it been explained yet in Redo
yeah.
of Healer? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I haven't caught up to the manga yet. I'm like 10 chapters behind or something. So.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, I'll end up reading it.
Well, I mean, it's
but...
not weird, but it makes sense.
Okay. So okay, interesting.
It does involve his priest.
His priestiness. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was figuring. I was like, all right, this has to like. There has to be a reason that they're like, oh, he's a priest. I'm like, that's kind of a weird fucking detail, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of makes sense then.
Yeah. But yeah, read it. If you want to give a good watch for this, sure, knock yourself off. Probably just for the animation in itself.
Yeah, it's made by a good studio.
So yeah, those are.
Yep, those are our hentai reviews. The fucking Desire one, which I can't even fucking remember. Enyoku. Man.
Yeah.
Like, if it's there, sure. But, like, again, it's one of those, like, don't have to go out of your way. Chijoku no Seifuku. It's kind of okay. It's kind of fun if you're, like, interested in, like, NTR blackmail without it being, like, a fat, disgusting human being on the giving end of it. So he's also they say he's an electrician. So yeah, he's an electrician. So and then Gaki no Modotte Yarinaoshi, watch and then read probably, or maybe read then watch. I don't know yet.
No, I would watch, and if you want to continue the story, then read.
Then read. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because I mean. Yeah, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, we won't go too much more into it.
So yeah, thanks again for listening to us once again. Hopefully, we'll do a finalist right before the new year.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that narrowed down.
And then look on the New Horizons for new ideas for the new year.
Yep. If you have anything you want us to do, send them in.
That and
yeah,
I'll mention that.
Yeah.
Come the new year. Actually, no, I'll actually mention it next episode going into the new year.
Yep.
So, all right. Once again, thanks for listening. I am Jared.
I'm Matt.
See ya.